Took a long time, baby, you can call it patience. They can't pay me back for all that time that I was wasting. Thought that they was loyal, found out that they was hateful. She said that she loved me, found out she wasn't faithful. Feel like the end, but baby, this is the beginning. Yeah, we still ask forgiveness even though we been sinning. Every day I wake up, feel like I'm testing my luck. I told my mama, pray for me, earth was weird as fuck.
I hope it happens. I want to be an old nigga one day.
How old are you?
43, I think.
You an old nigga?
I just look like an old nigga. You know?
Yeah, you look old.
I present as an old nigga.
You look about my age.
You can hit that counter, Bear.
Say what now?
You can hit your counter.
Okay. Yeah, well, I look like this, so when I go hoop against young niggas,
that old nigga give me that work.
You know what I'm saying? Got a few buckets on there.
Say, man, what happened to you?
And what part?
Jesus.
I'm talking about you used to work to be a Adonis. Now you look like a donut.
Oh. Yeah. What you thought was coming over here?
You know. I knew an author was coming over. I thought a whole refined man. I thought you were going to have a British accent by the time they come over here cooking. Welcome, nigga.
What up to you?
The waves and the vocals big as hell right now.
Yeah.
He just got the cook. I thought you was trying to be a Adonis, and now you look like a donut? That was brilliant, nigga.
Boy, don't know no jabs and nothing. Straight like that. Nigga, go to sleep.
That's cold, bro. I expected. I'm like, we good.
I love you, bro. I wouldn't tell you different.
I'm shaking back, dog.
Okay, well, why you get rid of that?
I'm actually selling that.
Oh, okay.
That's what Trey coming to get in the weights out the gym.
Oh.
Because I'm moving in the place I'm moving to. It got a badass fitness center, like amazing.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm gonna get rid of that.
Depressing.
Say, bro, you ever check out? Have you ever been online with what do you call those Oculus glasses?
Kyle was talking about getting some VR glasses just this morning.
Bro, that's the only thing that kept the weight off me, bro.
He said he be doing the boxing on that.
Supernatural. I'm addicted to that shit, bro.
Really?
I am addicted to Supernatural. Because I used to have one of those. You get tired, you get bored with it, whatever.
Yeah. I do.
And then I went outside and I started running. And I'm like, man, this shit's for the birds. You know what I mean? Because I don't like running no more either. But I put that on about a year and a half ago, Christmas. For Christmas, I put them bad boys on. Bro, it's like this. It's really like this. And then you got your instructors right there in front of you, and the workouts are magnificent, bro.
That's
you should check that out, bro.
My son had Oculus 2 for 2 years there.
Yeah.
I ain't never used it.
Bro, you got to get into it, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. As a matter of fact, because if I was doing this business, that's where my business would be located. Is in the metaverse. That shit is a wide open opportunity for a whole lot of shit, bro. I mean, wide open. I mean, you talk about if you was in Oculus, we could have had a setup like this. I know you like your characters could be, looking like that, whatever. And we sit down and we chopping it up like it ain't nothing. Like for real. Like we right here like this
in
right
the
now.
metaverse.
In the metaverse. You can record it, then you can post that, bro. That's where I make my business, bro. That'd be $395. Consultation fee, bro.
Pay him out my cut.
Consultation fee, bro.
Bill me.
Bro, I'm telling you, that's where it goes, man. That's where it goes.
Look into that, dog. Cause I've heard about the metaverse, but I haven't paid any fucking mind.
The shit is off the meat rack, bro. It is off the fucking meat rack for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I understand why we're still on Facebook and all that shit right there. I understand that. Because you're used to it, you're comfortable with it and all that stuff right here. But where the future is and where you want to be, if you're still gonna be doing this type of business, you want to be in the metaverse, bro. Guaranteed.
So we gotta look into that shit, bro. Boy came in here and
sat down. Spotlight.
Yeah, he sat down through his skull and just got the business, my nigga. You feel me? But he like a fucking what's those things? The jawbreakers, the sour jawbreakers. First you're sour, then you're
sour patch.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look for the jab. This information.
I hope that wasn't a jab. That was a knockout.
I appreciate that shit.
We in trouble.
So how you been, bro? Well, shit. You know what? Welcome to episode 38.
9.
Yeah, episode 39 of Earth Weird as Fuck. I'm your host, Logo Los. As usual, I'm with that nigga all the way over on the left.
The ancient one, 318K.
You feel me? And today, we may have the we did a Podfathers post.
Yeah.
But we may have the godfather of this, the granddaddy of this fucking podcast. My nigga Rakuten came to the building.
What's up, man?
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I appreciate you having me on, bro.
I appreciate
You're looking
you.
good, man. I like what you guys got going on up here, bro.
I mean,
This is what this is. You know what I'm
Even
saying?
though Barry put his light directly on his motherfucking face.
Say, man, they got a studio in this motherfucker, bro. This ain't like back in the day back when, you just come to the shack and just sit there and do some drinking, do some talking. These niggas got to learn. This is real professional. I'm very proud of
Hey,
you.
Lowe got a lot of money, dog.
Say,
got a lot of money.
Give me some gas money and get the hell up out of here, bro.
I got you.
I ain't say you had 10 racks on me.
That's much comes
back
from
your
You
nigga.
heard that nigga? He said, not like back in the day, you just come to the shack. That nigga downplayed the fuck out of that little
That's what you
shack.
supposed to do, dog. I got a shack too, already. I got a shack too.
No, that shack probably 3/4 of my house, my nigga. Real talk. And guess what they called his house? Well, they probably
Probably the
said
main house or some shit like
the
that.
Raku Mansion. RKN Mansion.
The RKN mansion. Now, see,
Indian mansion.
It's a mansion, sir.
You don't really get that designation with a small house.
that was your boy, Truck. He laid that, the RKN
Oh, the
mansion.
truck named that?
The truck named the
I didn't
RKN
know
mansion.
I can see
But
that.
matter of fact, the reason why I said shack was because before we had the studio at the house you talking about, we actually had we built our own studio at the back of my sister's property, and it was a shack. It was an old shack, and we just converted it, and took out all the tools and everything that was in there, and put in the booth, put in this box. Her husband back in the day, ex-husband now, but Rich Dog Smooth Nuts.
Okay, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a mason for real, on both sides. And that man, boy, he can put together anything, bro. Anything. You remember Wolf? Like on what's the name of that movie? With that dude doing the dancing and shit. Vinny Barbarino does that dancing. Pulp Fiction, nigga, you know what the hell I'm talking about.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't know niggas who do movies like this.
Yeah, you do, man. You done seen Pulp Fiction 12 times, nigga.
Pulp Fiction is one of my favorite
Well,
movies.
see, there you go. See, now I get that, and you don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Right,
But
yeah.
it's one of your favorite movies.
It
But
is.
anyway, they call him the Wolf. Because Winston, anything go wrong, you call him the Wolf.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, nigga, you sending the Wolf? Shit,
Yeah,
nigga, that's all you had to say. Nigga, that's Rich. He's the Wolf of fixing anything, bro. He's a master craftsman, and he had that studio up. And when we first started Raku Nation, that was the studio that we had, and it was named Shack in the Back. So that's why I said Shack.
Shack in the back.
Shack in the Back.
That's a little better than Hip Hop Paloozas, my nigga.
Hey, why would you? Hey, cut that part out. You're not
Whatever.
Shout out to Viz, man. That's what Viz named one of his first shows, Hip Hop Palooza.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is really, you still my dude, bro.
All right, Ross. So before we jump into interviews and stuff, we like our guests to do what we call rank the wall.
Ramp the wall.
Rank the
the
wall.
wall.
I want you to put these artists in order from 1 through 6.
Let me see. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay.
I was like,
I see what we doing.
I appreciate this shit already, dog.
Look at it, man. A deep side.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay. I know you ain't gonna like it. I know that's your boy.
Cookie.
Okay. All right.
Tell the truth.
Yeah. That's 6. That's 5. That's 4.
Oh, wow.
That's 3. That's 2. That's 1. No. That's 3. That's 2. That's 4.
Oh.
Okay. I'm not mad at your list.
No. It's
So,
okay.
so you got Pop, J, Big, Cole, Kendrick, and Drake.
You got it.
Wow.
You got it.
What I'm realizing about the wall is a lot of niggas not feeling Kendrick like that, dog.
And a lot of I know a lot of cats ain't feeling Jigga though.
Yeah, Jigga's not all that, bro. I gotta tell you the truth. Listen to me. When we talk about Jay-Z, all respect due. All respect due. That man is a fantastic hustler.
Yeah.
And the way he got his money, he took the dirty money, made it clean money, flipped it and all the stuff right here, and he got lucky because he was in Paris when his squad got raided in back in Queens, I believe it was. And when he came back from Queens, he saw came back from Paris, saw his squad was raided. He did what he did to make sure he kept his hands clean, but he could still have the business to make sure he can flip the money the way he needed to.
Gotcha.
And a lot of people didn't want to sign Jay-Z
Yeah.
because he sucked as a rapper. He's an average flow rapper. He tells a great story,
I don't agree with you.
Okay,
Continue.
I understand. No problem. To me, he's an average flow rapper. Has great play on words, and I won't knock his style. I won't knock his hustle because it got him where he needs to go. But that's why he had to eventually start his own business because nobody was signing. And when you hooked up with what was that, Dame?
Dame and
Dame Dash, Biggs, and then you got the hustle on the clothing line, and you used the clothing line to front the money for the music. The hustle is magnificent.
Yeah.
Study Jay-Z for the hustle. Study 50 Cent for the hustle.
Yeah.
But as far as and I have a whole lot of respect for 50 Cent too. I don't know why he ain't on you well, bro.
Because he doesn't belong there.
Look, so
your
the thing is, it's a trinity, dog. Like all three of these guys were out at the same time, and now these three guys are basically anytime they drop, the world stops. So except Drake, because he'll drop some shit like a fucking dance album. That shit pissed me off so much. I'm still mad at that shit. He getting further and further away from rap.
Glow stick and Molly album. Wild shit, boy. Great for you though.
But Pac is that dude because he's a poet and he comes from the kind of environment that I come from. And then I think that's the difference between why people have such a split dynamic when it comes to Pac and Biggie. Biggie's from the same place and all that stuff right here, but you got a cat that'll see it and then talk about it, but then you got the cat that'll do it and then talk about it, and those are the main differences. Yeah, he sold drugs from his rooftop, but that motherfucker right there, he was in the street, he went and got it. Anything he wanted, he had to go get it, bro. Sent his ass to California, had to start all anew because his mother was a Black Panther and got caught up in all that shit right there. So she sent him out to Cali first, try to lay the way, but then, he's from my neck of the woods, bro.
Nah, as far as go ahead.
So did the bedazzled crotch bikini, the crotch crown, as I like to call it. Did the crotch crown come in California?
That's all California. That we ran up into Madonna and started, I can't make no excuse for the boy on that one, bro.
Take a picture for it, get green.
But
Was he in the bathtub?
he's a bathtub, chain, all that stuff back there.
With his hands behind his head.
Can't tell him nothing, bro. But that's when he hooked up with Madonna. He was banging so many boys out there, bro. That was crazy. That was a crazy time.
But I mean, can you really add Madonna as a big, like everybody has.
Everybody back, bro.
Well, everybody. When you're
you gotta be up there.
Exactly.
You gotta be up there.
She
She ain't gonna fuck no broke nigga.
like Pete Davis probably hit the next.
Y'all better stop playing.
Pete
down here smashing everything.
Pete down here come in and talk to your girl.
Pete a monster, dog. Who knew?
Nah, shh.
A Saturday Night Live nigga, man.
I know now.
I know now. I'm well aware.
All right, man. So shit, let's dive into this. Matter of fact, let's jump into this little shack you was talking about.
Okay.
All right, so the first place that I got introduced to when I got into the hip hop scene in Dallas, my boys brought me to the mansion.
Okay.
We go into the
studio.
The studio.
It's just studio.
But it's
studio now.
So y'all still recording there?
Damn, no, that's what I'm gonna work out on, bro.
Okay, so he had a room like this. It's a little bigger, and then he had his studio fenced in or whatever. Okay. But I don't know what kind of party I was throwing or whatever. But I wanted to know. Ah, shit, it was a party. We was going on payday. Tearaway shoes. Oh. He had on some pies, my nigga. They cooked that dude out. You know the two Velcro shits at Walmart. I don't remember what night
from A-Leaf, ain't it?
Yeah.
He gotta know. I can't give him no grace then.
No,
bro. He grew up in it,
bro. Well, that's probably just a regular night,
Yeah, probably. But y'all were fully arcade nation at that time.
Yeah, man, we was wide open there.
But what made you get into the music and start your own company?
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you the truth, I was coming back in from Atlanta, and this is back in 2000. Because we shot out to Atlanta, we lived out there for a couple of years. It was a great opportunity for us out there. So me and baby girl got homesick, decided to come home. Yeah. We was out there in ATL, bro. Used to work on Peachtree, selling cars at Enterprise.
That's crazy.
Metal slanging, bro.
How old you was then?
Like 26, 27.
All right.
Yeah. So we decided we were going to move back. When we moved back, we came back to celebrate the Millennium New Year at my sister's house, Roma's house. And of course, Phil was there, and he's still a whippersnapper, and he's a teenager, and wet behind the ears and all stuff right here. But we sitting around the table, and I'm letting them know that we coming back and all stuff right here, and Phil's like, he's still a little brother then. He's like, hey, check, I got this flow check. And I'm like, what you got? And that man spit Breathe on him. If you ain't never heard Breathe on him, or like the beginning verses of Breathe on him, it's a fast chopping up verse. It's like Twister, like if Twister was rapping, speed rapping, but you can hear all his words. It was crystal clear, and I was like, oh yeah? I was like, oh yeah? Oh yeah, okay. Because my intent when I was coming back home was just going to business and start doing what I do. Like, what I do when I get involved with business, whether it's corporate business or whether it's opening up my own business thing, I'm all in 10 toes deep, and I already got goals and designs. Mm-hmm. So that was my intention when I was coming back. I had no idea about starting Rock Nation until I heard Phil spit his verse. Hey. And so, okay. So we moved back, and as a big brother, you try to look out for your little brother, the best you can. So we got like a 13, 14-year age difference. Okay. So I see he's not really with a team or with a group and just trying to, hopping from side to side and all that stuff right here. Okay, let me do something for you. Boom. Went out there, converted the studio in the back, or the shack in the back there. I had a gold card, so I just maxed that bitch out. Put all the stuff up in there. All recording equipment, all stuff right here, and I hired a DJ. I had to go solicit a DJ by the name of Vince Ruckus, Congo.
I know Ruckus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to go solicit him. And he was working at the Guitar Center at the time. And I told him about my grand ideas about, opening up the studio. I got Phil, and he was working with Felicia's brother, Michael, but he was going by the indigenous one or something like that. So that's how the hookup connection came in. Yeah. And so I convinced him to come on board. And he came in and he started producing some monster-ass tracks, because he told me what to buy. I was like, so we was in Guitar Center, so I'm like, okay, what do I need? I don't know shit about that. And then he pointed out, you need this, you need these headphones, you need this mic, you need that MPC and all this stuff right here. Get it, hook it up.
Wish I had it.
See, that's what I'm saying. When I came back from ATL, bro, I had completely different idea. I'd be sitting in a nice ass house like this, bro.
Knock it off, man. I need to fit my house in this garage.
Stop. But that in itself, was my immediate idea to come back and make money. But when I heard Phil, I knew I had to come back and do something with that talent because he had a unique talent.
He did.
So
I need to hear this.
Yeah.
Like if I mentioned Phil on the biggest record I ever made, cause like when I got with the clique, Class told me about RKN and he let me hear Phil rap. I was like, who the fuck is this nigga, dog? Phil was killing shit.
Okay, very nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice. So we built this converted, and that was in the heart of 63rd PG. Mm-hmm. And so when we got it all finished, bad boy, about that time, we had everybody who was around the Grove. They would always stop through. They hear this music back. Of course they would. You know what I mean? And my family, we have. Connections. We're affiliated,
Leave it there.
Yeah. So, everybody would come down, hang out, blow smoke, drink good, have a damn good time, and then start recording some stuff. But it actually came to mind. I thought I was just holding it down for Phil, just to make, so he can have some place to spit his rhymes and spit his talent, as well as everybody in the neighborhood, give him something to get out of trouble with.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. Man, there's 30, 40 people down there every weekend. And hell, I was down there damn near every day. I moved my job. I worked 8 hours a day. I got to take care of the family. Mm-hmm. After working the job 8 hours a day, come down, switch my clothes, kiss baby goodbye. I'm back out the door. I'm on Grove side on 630. So we kept that lifestyle up for about 6 months to really get RKN off his feet, get the studio going. And then this magazine came out, and they heard about us. And they were starting out, you may know the magazine now, but they was Rolling Out magazine. Mm-hmm. They were just starting. Kim Fields. Kim Floyd.
Okay.
And she came out, she sent one of her reporters to come out, and they did a story, and it says, if you build it, they will come. And I realized after doing that interview, I was like, this really isn't going anywhere. Because basically you just got guys coming down, spitting on the hot mic and then leaving, smoking weed and then going home. And I'm like, damn, this really ain't going nowhere. Mm-hmm. So we cut that shit off, and Felicia laid down the law, my wife.
Shout out to Felicia.
Yeah, shout out to the love of that team. But she laid down the law one day as I was heading out, and she's like, bro, this ain't gonna work for me. Because I was gone. I was always gone.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You work 8 hours, you come home, switch out, go. And she's like, I supported you enough to get this thing going, but this everyday thing ain't gonna cut it. I couldn't argue with him.
That's fast.
I could not argue with him. So I was like, yeah, you know what, you're right. And so it went from every day to like 2 days out the week, one being a Wednesday and Friday and Saturday. And that was it. And then once we cut it down to that, that's when we really started recording. That's when we started talking about recording 8 tracks, 16 tracks, verses, features.
Okay.
And that's when we really got technical. And unfortunately, Congo left. VJ left. And he left us without knowing how to do anything.
Wow.
That was crazy, bro.
You say not do like nothing.
We didn't know how to work nothing.
So you were watching him then?
Man, boss, man, watching make beats, man. You make that beat, you burn that shit on, you get in there, you go rap. And I'll just sit back here and we drink some wine and have some good time.
He's a bank. The bank don't even know how to work no more.
Look at this shit for me.
Yeah, whatever shit.
But when he left, and I'll leave the circumstances at that, he left. And with that being said, me and Phil looked at each other. Because we got all this equipment, can't do a damn thing.
That way.
So he looked at me, I looked at him, he says, okay, Rob, I'm gonna learn how to work this MPC machine.
Okay.
You learn how to work that, I'm gonna learn how to record. I'm gonna learn how to engineer. And for about 2.5 months and all stuff right here, we self-taught each other.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So that's why the sounds and the quality sounds that you hear that comes out is self-taught. I think a lot of the best ones that, especially from, you fell into DDC. The DDC is an off-branch of one of the best groups I've ever heard come out of Dallas, which is the Slump Masters.
Yeah, I heard.
Slump Masters, man, listen, man. Aziz and Massive and that whole team, Jaws, all of them. Outstanding rappers, outstanding freestylers, outstanding creativity, music players. It's just a...
Thank Outkast, my nigga.
Say, bro, hey, listen. They can go toe-to-toe with Outkast any day of the week. Probably got them up.
They had...
Bro,
I don't know.
I went to a show one time and I saw Massive. He did a release party for it. What you gonna do with it? Bro, oh my God, one of the best stage shows next to Headcrack that I've ever seen. He was flawless in his pitch. He was flawless in his delivery. He was actually, doing all. And this wasn't no rap OVO track shit. This was live. This was at the Gypsy Tea Room, world famous Gypsy Tea Room.
Shout out to Final Friday.
Oh yeah, but he did that release party, and that was, bro. I ain't never seen nothing like that, man.
I miss Massive. I didn't see any of his.
You came in right at because Dallas had our golden era of hip hop. From when I say golden era, I'm talking about the artists that were really doing things like Slump Masters, Philly Station, us, Two Cold Syndicate, and a lot of great groups that were hungry for this shit.
Yeah.
Strange Fruit Project doing their thing and all stuff right here. Too many artists for me to name. But the golden era was literally from, and this is where Headcrack really came on the scene and made a hell of a name for himself. But it was like from 1998 up to 2011. That's the golden era. Shit started falling off when
I had 4 years.
Shit started falling off like right around the time DFW hip hop went offline. But anyway,
man, I missed that place.
But that was the golden era. Cho, all these guys. There's too many for me to name, and I don't want to leave anybody out. I don't want no beef. But if you want some, come get some, nigga.
You can come. Just come out on March 15th.
But that was about being self-taught and going through all that stuff right there. It wasn't initially on my mind, but I did it for Phil, and we did all this. The family really came together, surrounded by it, and it really turned into something that was really creative, really beautiful, and we left our name on the map when it comes to music. And then we just kept transitioning, because when you're passionate about something, when you have a passion for it, you want it to evolve, you want it to continue to grow.
He said, yeah, I hurt my knee, and I stopped, and I said, also your chest and arms.
When you
Oh my God.
all the other shit got hurt too. Like you couldn't do nothing. Huh?
That's how niggas do, man.
No back, no
Yeah.
core.
That's how niggas do, dog.
I ain't never experienced it, but I try to cook first. Boy, that's what that man on the end told me. Bomb first. Bomb first.
I got you, bro.
That's all
the
the good
the greatest of all time.
Wasn't that great at rapping, but
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a man. Hey. Woo, hey. That nigga had one open, then it's
you know, I don't give a damn, dog. I thought he's a great figure.
in the words of what's my nigga name? In the Flamingo group. What's my nigga name? Chris Dick.
Skywalker.
He's the dopest nigga of all time. That's what he say about Pop. He said he's the dopest, the greatest nigga of all time.
The hate is heavy.
That's
Respect. That's respect.
There is
The
no
dopest
hate.
nigga of all time.
No hate.
I bought a painting of that
Put big
nigga.
on the Pac, right?
I bought yeah.
And you said there's no hate.
None at all.
And you put big on the Pac, right?
Yeah.
And there's no hate.
No hate. Jay-Z
I
over
don't-
Pop
I don't
too.
see how that
Jay-Z
shit-
over Pop too.
Well, Jay-Z's still alive and he's still making music, so I can get that. Right, I can get
I
that.
mean, didn't Pop die before Big?
He did.
But-
Right, with like 12, 15, 20 fucking albums. And we talking about
I think
Big
that's a reach.
I'm
It was more
reaching.
like 6.
Well, it was like 14 Machiavelli.
But that's what I'm saying. Come on,
And
man.
13 of the bitches was trash.
I ain't gonna go that far. See,
But what I'm saying, dog, like, does more mean better?
absolutely.
No, but
In some cases.
Nah,
And in this one,
nah.
more means better.
No, it don't.
How? Well, okay. So what standards does Biggie Smalls surpass Pac in?
Pen to paper. Pen to paper.
Are you serious?
Pen to paper. He was more creative as a writer, bar builder,
Okay.
storyteller.
Stop. I don't agree.
Lord, that's
Storyteller.
How
How many fucking stories did he tell?
I mean,
How many did he tell?
He had 2
You know what I'm
hours.
saying? How many stories did he tell?
He sold drugs on the rooftop, and then tried to get out. That's
How
it.
many
He said the
stories
same
did he
thing.
tell?
He said
Repeatedly, right? Like,
Cut it
come
out,
on.
right?
He's a recycle storyteller, bro.
Niggas Bleed is a fucking movie
That's a
script.
Okay, one.
What was the first song on that album?
I don't, you tell me. You the big fan.
I mean,
I'm a fan.
how can we debate if you don't know the music?
That's true.
No.
What was the first song on Life After Death?
Whether or not I know the music has nothing to do
Somebody's
with
got to die is the
content
name.
of the-
That's the name.
Okay.
Somebody's got to die.
If
So
I
was
go,
that a
you
great
gotta
story?
go.
Was that a great story?
Yeah. I mean, great. I'm saying it was a good story.
Name a story Pop told better than one of those.
Huh?
Name a story
Paco.
Pop told through music that was better than either of those
You
records.
can
Lord knows.
Was Lord Knows a story?
Every Pac
Lord
song.
knows.
What Pac song was a story? Hold on. What Pac song was not a story?
Now we
He's a storyteller.
Now
So you can get into the lyricism and all the bar building, and Big can have that. I'm not gonna deny or debate that, right? Because I agree
that's
with that.
rap though. That's all
That ain't
rap
all.
is.
That ain't all. No, come on, stop. Don't say that's all that rap is. Because
Bar
storytelling
building
is storytelling rap.
Yes.
Okay. So
But you said Pop tells stories on all the songs. I actually
every
gave
song
you-
that Pac come out is a story.
I
It's a
gave
story.
you, but Lord Knows isn't a story to me. When
I
I think story,
smoke a blunt, I take the pain out, and if I wasn't high, I'd probably try to go crazy. I'm hoping.
No.
They should have killed me as a baby. And if I
but
wasn't-
is that a story?
It's a story.
Best story probably Brenda's Got a Baby.
Yeah, Brenda's Got a Baby.
It's the best story.
Story.
What about that?
When I say
When we
story,
say
I'm talking
story.
beginning, middle, end.
Yes, a story isn't just rapping, dog.
Trade more story.
That is
What about Shorty wanna be a thug?
maybe.
I give you that.
Can you get away? Is that not a story? Was he not talking to her? Was it not a story? Did he
Oh,
not
let me tell you what. We laugh about Can You Get Away all the time.
There you
On the phone shit. It sounded like they was on the phone, and at the end he said, "What's wrong? What's wrong with your eye? Why you got on glass?
Yeah.
Nigga, is this FaceTime? Like, what are we talking
That
about?"
nigga had video. Pop was ahead of his time.
He was.
Pop was still saying current shit 10 years after he died.
You gotta know that.
Pac had had niggas thinking just because you brought a bottle of Hennessy, niggas hated you.
Stop.
We ain't finna get into this, dog. He's not a better storyteller than Christopher Watts.
This a fucking greed,
Okay.
because you only got 2 fucking stories from Big that you can name.
But
I'm saying Pac whole fucking catalog is storytelling.
But if you're calling all of pop music stories, then I can say the same for Biggie. We got 2 different definitions of stories.
You can. Okay, what's your definition of a story?
A story is make believe.
Oh
No.
Yeah,
A story is make
got
believe.
2 different definitions.
Well, they don't have to be make believe. You can tell a story, but a story isn't just I smoke a blunt to take the pain out, and if I wasn't high, I'd probably try to blow my. That's not a story.
You got to keep on going. That's a part
Lord
of it.
knows.
Because he's telling you his story. This is what I do. That's not a story.
Well, Big Big telling you what he do on any of his records.
But it's just repetitive of the same shit that he's telling you.
All right,
It's repetition.
we here for.
So he's a greater storyteller because of his repetition.
I didn't say he was the greatest storyteller. I said he was
greater.
a better
I said
storyteller than Pop.
greater. That's what I'm saying. He's a great. I'm only talking about these 2 people.
So
So he's a greater storyteller because he found more creative ways to tell the same 2 stories. Fuck story.
what are we talking about? What 2 stories do we tell?
I'll shoot you. I'll kill you. And I come from poverty, and I made it out.
Nah, fair.
No, but I can't straight now, bro.
I'm listening.
Listen to niggas bleed, my nigga. Like I can't.
Yeah.
It's a completely. This nigga got
It's
side
legit
characters.
It's religious.
The whole second verse of Niggas Bleed is about the nigga who did the robbery.
Give me some of it.
Give you some of what?
The second verse.
Why?
Just so I can recall. I know the song, but I wasn't a big like pockets tattooed in my shit.
And that's why we can't have this.
But is Big tattooed on yours?
No, no one is. Because
Drake ain't tattooed in your shit?
no, he's just the
So you tell me, if I name a Drake song and start a line off, you can't finish the line.
No. But this is what I'm saying to you, Trey.
I'm listening.
Pac was my favorite artist when I was growing up because that's what I heard. That's what I had most access to.
That's what makes me so
as
sorry to hear.
I grew and actually, because as a teenager, I wasn't as smart as I am today.
Okay.
So as I grew and I listened to more artists other than Tupac,
You got dumber.
clear.
That's what typically happens.
Yeah.
The older we get, it's a reverse effect. So you start off as a baby. You crying, wipe your ass. Somebody got to wipe your ass and feed you. And as you get older, God bless. If you get older, that's what's going to be the same thing. See, that's why.
So we're much smarter at 12. We're smarter at 12 than we are at 30.
Now I'm saying this: you twice a baby and once a man.
Hey man, this shit ain't going nowhere.
Absolutely.
Since you're here in person,
Yes, sir.
I would like for you. We got to get back to
Rock.
Rock.
Yeah.
I need you to rank the wall.
Yeah.
These 6 artists up there.
No, not 6, 5. Because clearly he's number 1 on your list. Name the super
out this
Hey.
wall, bro.
Hey,
No, we're
can we
talking
get a little
about-
attitude on rank the wall?
I know,
man?
right?
When he sat up and got close to the mic, look at the way
It ain't
no steps.
Oh, he been aggressive since he got here.
So don't put the aggression on me.
In his defense, his circulation cut off on the arm.
Oh, damn. What the kids say, I was just matching energy, dog. That's all I'm doing.
So-
But Trey, rank the wall, 1 through 6.
Big 6.
Big hero shit. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get that one out the way.
This thing was fully entrenched in the East Coast, West Coast.
I got
in
Jay
the front
number 1
line.
out of the way.
Damn, man. Overall, with if I'm going through every catalog of, every aspect of music, rap music that I consider, Jay will be 1.
Oh, okay.
Jay gotta be 1.
All right. I won't argue.
Pop 2. Oof.
That's
That's it.
the toughest every time.
It's tough.
Don't put them on it.
So damn, fool. So if I'm a personal,
It's all about you. How you rank them. That's all
Personal
about.
favorites out of these, man. This is tough. So I would probably say, because Aubrey and KL, they like interchangeable to me.
Really?
That's a shock.
Because of the difference of what they bring to the game, right? I respect and appreciate what KL does more than I do Drake, but I can't disrespect what Drake does.
He can't.
No,
Rodney.
I won't. I won't disrespect what Drake do. What Drake do, because what Drake does is, in my opinion, special. It's special. He's a artist that they don't. It's not. You can't name me. They're not a dime a dozen. Drake's not a dime a dozen.
Nah, he
You
do
know
a
what I'm
little
saying?
more than rap.
Yeah, man. Oh man, that's tough, man. But so being that they interchangeable, Cole is.
This what normally happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trump took damn near 30 minutes.
Because the disrespect, I don't want to disrespect J. Cole's artistry.
Somebody got to be filled
because he does so much of the music. When you break
talking
down
about the production too, right?
absolutely, like you know what I'm saying. So you telling me like, okay, if the single selling for $3.99, he getting $2.75.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's tough to disrespect his ranking with that, you know.
Yes.
So man. But I appreciate KL more than both of those guys. So
that's
that's
KL
okay.
number 3.
So
There it is.
KL would be number 3. Drake 4. Cole 5. That's tough to say too, man. And Big 6. That's not tough to say.
Hey,
2 albums just don't get it for me, man. And it's he was a bar spitter. So I definitely want to clear up my reasoning for the big
slight
position. You say slight.
Yeah.
Position.
I got you.
He didn't rap long enough. It's tough for me to. So that's like me saying, name me a great basketball player that only played Brandon Roy.
I was just gonna say
Where the fuck would I mention him in the top what? Nothing. Top 10 first entries. Damn.
well,
You know what I'm saying? Like it's tough, bro. Like you can't be in the Iverson category and you only played this many. So you can't be in the top nothing, bro. And rest in peace to Big, but you can't top shit if you only put out 2 albums and these guys on this wall. Just compared to this wall. This wall right here. I ain't no goddamn way he at the top of it. Now one of these guys right
He
here.
can holler his phone out his pocket. That's like that vibration coming off his head.
So that's the pocket. That's the pocket me, right? I'm a Pac fan, and so I was
Passionate.
I was passionate because I was raised to. They tried to snatch my voice away.
That's why I fucked your bitch.
Fat motherfucker.
Get
You
money.
know what I'm saying? So they tried to take my voice away as a kid because I was
What's happening here?
a pimp. Yeah, this was so Pac, you know, listening to Pac and shit, you know, it just got me. It just gave me the courage to say.
how do you view
yeah.
Andre 3000?
Ooh, he's one of my favorites.
Really?
Absolute top. Yes, he's my top 5.
Hey, say that. Say
And Big ain't top 6 on the wall.
Fattest.
So you hold Big only 2 albums. So Andre has never put out. Well, I'll give him the Love Below.
You
That's
better
an
give
album.
him, and both, and that one
That's
album
an
crushed Big catalog.
All right, let's get back to Raccoon.
Yeah.
Damn.
Cause Big got 2 5 mic classics, but
But you know, white people base those classics. They don't
white
listen to
people, the
this.
source was run by us, my nigga.
Yeah, okay.
Man, Benzino.
They put-
Well, he ain't got no neck, so.
Yeah.
And he not us. He not us neither.
Man, he from Boston.
Benzino not
He not
us.
black?
Not what I said.
I wouldn't give it to him.
Cool.
They show Blackish.
Yeah, black.
I would work.
Right.
Blackish Jason.
And his daughter, Cody Ray.
Coily Ray.
Is
Is
she
She
black?
looks weird.
Is she black?
I don't know. I'm asking.
I don't know.
I mean,
say she's
he got tattooed tears and waves.
Is his
like
daddy? Let me ask you this: is his daddy black?
There you go. That'll answer the question.
Really? I thought it could be either parent.
No.
I gotta be a dad.
The bloodline.
Pat Mahomes.
No shit.
Yeah.
Is that a real thing?
The sperm.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me ask you. Can a baby be made without the sperm?
You talking about test tube?
No.
That's what makes the male makes the baby.
But the mother
Carries.
being black is part of the kid's DNA.
It is part of it.
All right.
We got things clear up on that.
That I don't know, dog. But Ron, let's get back to it. this may be its own little video because I love that shit.
It's the only episode right there.
KTre described raw. We're always recording this.
Should we stop from the top? Run this shit back.
KTre took over like Samuel L. Jackson and Django. What that nigga stepped over? It was a whole different. It's a whole new movie now. Hold on.
You better watch it. Don't do wild boy. I'll snatch your ass on that person.
So, Rob.
All
right, so we got you got in the music because you felt so good about your brother's skill. Because Phil was a motherfucker.
Indeed.
He is a motherfucker.
Indeed.
Yeah, he just popped out on social media again.
Yeah.
Maybe a month ago. He be on Twitter now. We be talking and shit.
Right.
So I've been running with Phil. But so after that, you spin into Drunken Throw Radio.
Yeah. We got in the Drunken Throw Radio. It was JJ Kinesi.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to go out of town for a minute. I think, this was during Hurricane Katrina. He went to, as part of the FEMA package, he went to help people in Hurricane Katrina. And he asked if I would hold down the show while he was gone. And so I did. So me, Phil, we went down there. We came up with the name, Drunk. I'm Drunk on, he's a throw boy. And we had fun with it. That started the internet radio thing. And when the Don came back, we equated out of that and decided to take the studio back over to at my house. Mm-hmm. And we really didn't jump back into doing internet radio right off the top, but because the internet was wide open back then. So what we did was that we mainly went back out to just record albums. And we dropped album after album after album, trying to get a little feel, trying to get the spark on. Mm-hmm. Because to be honest with you, if you're doing music and you're really into doing music and you're doing for the right reason, bro, that was like this time right now, I'd be booking shows down there at the South by Southwest. I'd be booking dates and grabbing hotel rooms all the way along that I-45 corridor, you know what I mean?
Nice.
From Houston to Austin and getting out there and networking with these people. Because that's what really gets your name out there. Because I really want to feel the break, right? Because he had that talent. Mm-hmm. So, that's when we went back. When they came back from Katrina, that's really what our primary focus was just getting the heat out, getting Phil on features. And he ended up doing features with the Slum Masters and all the stuff right here. So when that kind of slowed down, there's some serious matters that was starting breaking off, and it was really the first one we did was when Hurricane Katrina hit. And some people, weren't you displaced?
When Katrina hit?
Yeah. No. When did you come up here?
I'm from Monroe, so I was in I was in Dallas before. Well, I was in Dallas before Katrina.
Well, we had some.
We both were.
Okay. Well, Boogie from Urban South, he had a situation where he had to go take care of because his family's on the coastline. Mm. And so with that being said, we did a special and we videoed it on you remember VHS cameras?
Hell yeah.
You said you remember.
Yeah, we all from the same time period, right? Because everything now is so fucking digital, you record and just upload and that's it, you know what I mean? So when you're recording a show like that, if you record on VHS, you got to take the time to render it to digital format. And rendering back then, it took like 7-8 hours and all stuff right here. But we had a really good conversation with people who were affected and displaced because he was dating a girl at the time who was from the Houston area and Katrina hit her too. And we did a story about those guys and people really gravitated towards that story. Mm-hmm. So from there, it laid the foundation for what we can do. But we got really pissed off, and what really set us off was got really heated because you go down there, when you're on the I-45 corridor, or much less when you're on the I-20 corridor, going from coast to coast. So like I said, we spend a lot of time going from Georgia to Dallas and all stuff right here. But when you hear local radio stations playing other artists' music, local artists' music, but you come to Dallas, Dallas showing love to those out-of-state cats. Before they showing love to their home team.
For sure.
So that was, that drove a disgust in me that was deep because, like I said, I got Phil, I got him hot. I can match him up. You point out a cat, and let me put Reed on there, or let me put one of these other tracks on there that Phil's eating on. And you will not blow Phil out of the water. He'll be there competitive wise, and in most cases he'll win, he'll come out on top. But when I take it down to the radio station is just not showing no love. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's when I went off and we did this episode, what we call Run Your Mouth. The first episode of Run Your Mouth, man, I cussed out everybody. I mean everybody, bro. They put that camera on, nigga. I cussed out Skip Cheatham, any record producer who was in, radio director who was in Dallas. I called him out by name, called him fuck you for not supporting. I gave my backup for it too and all that stuff right here. And I let that shit run. I posted up on the website. And that was our first episode of Run Your Mouth show. And we put this back when you had your own website. You had to do, this is pre, what do you got now? Facebook, this is pre-Twitter. Pre-social media. Yeah. So you had to do your own website.
Time.
Yes, exactly.
Was I in your top 8, nigga? I need those answers, dog.
You know what I'm saying?
Reel them in. Bro! I'm sitting there doing all this talking. That's
that man got ADHD, man. He's all over the place.
Trey brought it up, dog.
Was I in your top 8? Well, the answer's no, please. You're going to ask that at a time like this? That means no.
You're definitely in my top 8, bro. And the reason why I can say that with a clean and honest heart.
You only know 8 rappers.
That's true, but
Hey, man.
Stop. But the reason why is because, when we decided to do a track, and I asked you to do a track on Tales of the Forefather, right? Mm-hmm. And you pick up the track, you pick up the chorus and all the stuff right here, and I knew once I heard that beat, your lyrical wordplay is beautiful. So, I can sit down and write a rap and tell stories and all the stuff right here. That's me pen to pad all day long. But when you're dealing with somebody like Los and his unique wordplay,
imagery.
Yeah.
Reminds you of Christopher Wallace. That's what
it does.
It really does.
Exactly.
It takes your mind.
It tells you.
He may be talking about that same stuff, but it sounds way different.
That tells you who his favorite rap is. But you got to come with it. You know what I mean?
Man's a poet, dog.
Because you're very unique in what you do. You're not just all South and all the stuff right here, right?
Get you calm down.
So with that being said, when we did the what was the name of the song, bro? Versus.
Oh shit.
Versus. I had to go back to my roots. So I really had to
I'm gonna put that
do a whole lot of metaphorical lyric in making sure that I can stay competitive with Los on the verse. And make sure I can compliment him as well. So, that's why you're in my top 8, when it comes to rappers and all the stuff right here. You made me actually really think and really come with it. And the flow turned out great. I thought it was a great song.
I thought it was a great album.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Because that album really tells my story. That's why I didn't promote it that much. Tales of the Forefather, it was like really it's the only album I ever did. It's a mixtape album, regardless of all the music and all the stuff right here. But it really, it told my story, and I don't have a pretty story to tell, so I didn't really want to, promote it and all the stuff right here. But I knew that in order for me to keep going and growing in my life, I had to get out.
Release it. Yeah.
Yes, I had to get it out. I had to put it all out there, and then let it do what it do.
Yeah.
And let it fall where it may. And that allows me to continue to grow, and that allows me to continue to keep moving mentally in my house. Because again, I got people who are supporting on me and depending on me and all stuff right here. And I ain't got time to be sitting there sorry for myself about things I've been through or things I'm not accomplishing. And that's really what sort of the fire is when it comes to, why I do things the way I do. It's because I see Dallas as a third chance. A third chance. New York was not good, bro. It wasn't good. Oh shit, I'm sorry, bro. You good? Yeah.
I'm just listening, sucking it all in. Your story is so interesting. The little bit I know about your story, because me and Los will go back and forth, and he was, when we were even talking about the concept of EWAF, we didn't have a name yet, as a matter of fact. He was always saying, Raku my first guest. That's what he said. That's who I want to be our first guest. He like this. It was like, if we can't, he getting on there. Not like I want him on there. He coming on there. I knew nothing about it. I was like, damn, really? Yeah. We getting Raku on there. But like, damn, what the hell Raku is this? So, I guess, what's your focus these days? Because I'm assuming you're not doing music heavy right now.
No. I'm not in the music business.
So, is radio? You still heavy radio, though, right?
I'm out of radio too. I'm out of the entertainment game.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a businessman. I'm about money. I'm about And let me say it like this. I feel as though like when you give everything your all, when you're passionate about what you're doing in the time in which you're doing it, you're leaving nothing behind. There's nothing to go back to. You know what I mean? There's nothing to repeat. You know what I mean? I gave music my all. I gave RKN my all. I gave the podcast shows my all. I gave the videos my all. I gave, everything I had to give. There's nothing else I need to do. I don't need to go back. I'm done. So I'm not going to repeat something that I've already given my all to. And really these days, if you ask what I'm focusing in on, this book, is the last stage of self-reflection. Because, when you're, I'm 51, 52, 53, I'm over 50. So when you get to that age, you have to understand that, your life is timelined in a way that you should be living it to where you're running in quarters, especially us as black men. And the reason why I say that, the average age of a black man, and regardless of how healthy you take care of yourself, regardless of the mental focus and all the stuff right here, 70, it's 71.
I got that from you.
That's the average age. Yeah, you can look it up.
I'm out of there.
So if you look it up, and here's the crazy part about it: and you have to do American, because it's our culture. This is the culture that we live in.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about Europeans. We're not talking about African. We're not talking about Asian. We are talking about American. So American men classified by age group definition, your survival rate, the highest at the top is Hispanic men. Hispanic men live to the age of 78. Now you're like, why is that? How can that be? Let me break this down for you. Then you have Native American, you got Asian American that live to 77. You have the white man that live to 76. So it's 78, 77, 76, and then there's this gap drop off of the American black man that lives to 71. All right? Now, okay, so how is the Hispanic man living so much longer? But it seems as though he seems like a hard-working individual, right? He seems like he has a lot of hard time. They live with a passion. My culture is Hispanic. And so, everyone knows my wife's Hispanic too. So you go down there, you visit the family. These men are very passionate about what they do, and they live with a passion. If they're not living with a passion, they live only passion for their family. That's what gives them the will to live. Man, listen, man, my father-in-law's been through so much, bro, but he's still kicking. You can't tell him nothing. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. So, the next age category breaks down. Basically, these are family-oriented men, right? And then you get to our category, it drops off. Not only do we eat bad and take terrible diet. Everybody thinks that this whole thing about eating chitlins is what it's supposed to be, and you put the hot sauce on you. Boy, you can't go. Not to say, but I understand. I get it. You know what I mean?
Chitlins are disgusting.
Look, yes, they are. But a lot of our culture doesn't believe it. Chitlins, pork chops. A lot of the food that's out there that's easy to get to is bad. See, exactly. I used to look. Man, listen. My wife used to cook smothered pork chops and raw. I'll fight anybody in for them. You know what I mean? But they used to. But we can't no more, bro.
Take the bass out of your voice when you talk about pork chops. Go over octave.
I can't do it, bro. But because again, at least this gets to that number. A lot of the stuff doesn't leave your body. It's counteractive to your body. So what it does is that it builds up the stores, and this is why you have. And again, listen, while hopefully you won't don't cut this out. Give a lot of praise, give a lot of thought, give a lot of fellowship, give a lot of love to Chris Uptight Davis. He's going through it right now. He came up with us. He's definitely one of my favorite rappers. But this man was walking and then collapsed with a stroke, heart attack stroke. If his wife was not there, she had to perform CPR on him while she called 911. And then they transferred him to the hospital. This man is younger than me. This man barely broke 50. I think he barely broke 50, right? I got another partner that just said, Big E.
Oh, man.
Big E passed, had a stroke, passed. I had another partner I just came up with. He's back in from Florida, Big Brother. He just had a stroke, my age. He's lucky he's back on his feet and all stuff right here. It's because of our diet. It's because of who we are. And this is our age bracket. We are in our fourth quarter. You know what I mean? So if you break down the age periods and all the stuff right here, you have to recycle. You have to rethink about how you're doing things. Yeah, we're the only African American culture that has our women that says that they can live independent and separate from us. No other culture does that. That affects us.
Absolutely.
That affects us.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? You have to take all this under consideration, and until another trans cycle happens, another 25 years where people think differently. But until that trans cycle happens and the number actually goes up, we are in our final quarter, right? You break it down into 4 quarters and all stuff right here. So where am I right now? To answer your question, get down to it. I'm in the age of reflection. I'm going to write. This book has been written. I did my last audio for it yesterday, as a matter of fact. Chapter 11 has been audioized and it's been sent over to these people. I got to read you chapter 2, but it's going to come out sometime next month. And once that book is out, and once that book is done, and I finish doing, what I got to do for it, you're going to see a lot less of it. I mean, you guys ain't seen it.
Yeah.
You don't see it. I'm not around a lot, you know what I mean?
You're going to retire to the mansion.
Yeah, I'm a recluse any damn way. But most likely, when you see us, I mean me and Felicia, you're going to see us in different countries. You're going to see us on boat trips.
Already.
You're going to see us living life.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Because we did our sacrifice. Mm-hmm. We raised our kids. We did the best we could and all stuff right here. And they're both grown and independent, doing their thing. We're having me a little misfit now, a granddaughter.
Nice.
Watching her grow up and make her do her things and all stuff right here. So basically what we're doing is that, or what I'm doing, what I'm focused on is I'm making sure that I leave them solidity, a legacy, financial stability. You know what I mean? When I came up, they came up with nothing. I mean, absolutely fucking nothing. Under nothing.
Just talk about that.
You know what I mean? So with that being said, I don't want to keep over talking and stuff, but where I am right now is, like I say, I want to lay this book, let the story be told. And I'm laying this book directly for my descendants when I leave, right? We're not promised. So this book is going to not only tell my story, but it's going to tell the story about where we came from, because I did my DNA research. On my mother's side, I'm Creek, Cherokee, and Seminole. On my father's side, he's a descendant of the Lasongi tribe. He got kidnapped from Africa and made it to these shores in the early 1800s as a slave from the Caribbean who got broken in, had his name, had his culture, had his tongue, all stripped. He was taught how to be a slave, and he survived that shit. He survived it, and now I'm his living descendant.
Wow.
So with that being said, they'll be able to see it right there in book, in writing, in black and white. Then they're going to read a little bit about my story, and getting to my story is really what I want them to focus in on, that any challenge that comes your way, you have to think it through and you can overcome it. And I'm sure we'll get to this in a minute, but that's what the nature of this book is about. It's not just for me getting out there in my stories, for my descendants that come after me. They be able to read this story, know where they come from, know what their grandparent, what their bloodline has been through, and they see it and they can read it and they can hear it, me talking my own words in this audio book. That's my grandfather. That's my great-grandfather. That's my bloodline. That's my descendant. That's my cousin. That's my uncle or whatever. And if he can do that, nigga, fuck everybody else. I can do this. I can get over whatever the hell is that's on my shoulders or what my burden is.
Real smart.
And that's what my book's about.
All right,
What I hope to inspire.
So you jumped into the book,
Sir.
and we were blessed to get a copy of the artwork, and you gave us the chapter names.
Sir, yes, sir.
Convict at All Cost. I love the title. I love the little surname. I ain't gonna put it all out there. I want them to see that, but that was clever as fuck. I probably would have named that the title, but
That was the title at first.
Oh, okay. That shit was amazing.
Was.
But I want to touch on some of these titles of the chapters.
Sure.
And what do they mean to you? So
Okay.
I'm gonna just choose one. I'm gonna choose two.
Yeah.
And Barry will choose two. So I ain't gonna jump out too hard on the first one. I'm a stand dog. I want to hear chapter 5, introduction to football.
Chapter 5, introduction to football. Yeah. When I first started playing, I sucked at it. I mean,
Really?
I was ass terrible.
When did you first start playing?
This was when we first got to Texas, which was the early 80s, and my first school I went to was St. Bernard's. And that's down the street from Gaston. It's like, skip
middle
out.
school?
Yeah, it's a middle school, elementary.
Okay.
It went up to the 8th grade.
Okay.
Right?
So
you started
6, 7, 8.
Yeah, so I started in the 6th grade, 7th grade, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. And I sucked at it. I mean, bro. Bro, we were so uncultured to football, because it was just me and my mother and my sister Rona. We made it down there, right? Mm-hmm. So we were so uncultured, but you know, there was like 2 or 3 black kids that went to the school, and I wanted to hang out with them. You know what I mean? The rest of the school was white. I'm like, okay. But I wanted to hang out with the brothers or whatever. And the brothers said they playing football. All right, I don't know what football is, but fuck it, I'll do it. And so they told us about the practice and went down to practice. Bro, I'm at practice. I got slip slider, roller skate tennis shoes on.
Spies.
Yeah. I broke, bro. I had to take the skates off so I could have shoes.
No, you had some
actual
Heelys
skates.
on?
Yeah.
With the wheels in the sole?
Yeah. Those were my shoes.
The wheels off.
Took the wheels off, bro. We was broke, bro.
That ain't broke. That's impoverished.
Yeah. That's where I come from. That's where I come from. That's my world, bro. So with that being said, I showed up with those type of shoes, whatever, and I had baseball pants because when you go to the Catholic school, they make you play baseball. So she had bought the pants. So it wasn't football pants; they was baseball pants, right?
They were the old school bag one with the air get up in.
Not really. We talking about Negro leagues and shit with the balls. No, those were tight. They was tight. You know what I mean? So I slid my knee pads in, slid my thigh pads up here. Slip my butt pads, my hip pads right there, and they give you the jersey and the shoulder pads and the helmet. Okay. And so I'm out there on the field, and they say, bro, I don't even know I don't understand what the concept is, bro. But I can run. I come from a very track-oriented family. I'll tell you about that in a minute.
Oh yeah, I know.
But I could run, and that was the only thing I had for me. And I had a very violent streak in me. I had an aggressive streak in me. So when somebody came towards me, they say, hit him, you know. Oh, and I'm not getting in trouble for it. I'm not getting in trouble for it. You know what I mean? This I don't know the rules. I don't know who's doing what. But I'm gonna smash in your fucking face, and then I'm gonna get up and you're gonna applaud me for it.
The birds by the
I ain't know nothing about nothing. But so, you know, eventually, coach just told me, he was like, all right, I'm gonna line you up at defensive end, and all you do is just get that guy with the football. The guy who likes the football, tackle. Cool. Done. And then I'm gonna put you at running back. So basically what you're gonna do is you don't let anybody tackle you and go to the goal line. He got a real basic one, bro. I didn't know. Fuck, I didn't know. Man, they threw the football at me, bro.
Ball hit him in the face, man.
Oh, shit.
Wildcats.
That man said his eyes and hands didn't work together. And you couldn't catch it?
What the fuck is that?
You couldn't catch it?
Let's get out of here.
Why you kicking?
Let's get out of here. Shit ain't fair. It's too big. What the hell is this? But the ironic thing about it is that, you know, of course, the season goes on, and I ended up being an all-conference defensive end because the concept was simple. And I ended up scoring one of the game-winning touchdowns on a pass. It was a rollout pass. They did a trick play. It was a rollout pass. I ended up catching the pass, caught it on my helmet. You know, when you're in that moment, I'm like, don't throw me this fucking ball, bro. Bro, don't throw me this fucking ball, bro. And the play was wild. It was a trick play, and everybody's looking for me to run the ball and all stuff up the gut and all stuff right here. But they did some kind of whatever the play was, and I ended up rolling out of the backfield. Nobody was around me. Boy, that ball is in the air, and everything is slow motion. I'm like, fuck, and you feel your heart boom, 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 boom. You close your focus, and the ball is coming towards you. I'm like, damn, he threw a perfect pass. Oh shit! And it's like boom, 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 boom. Man, and that ball hit, boom, it hit right on top of my helmet. Boom, and I caught that bitch on my helmet. Just like this. And I stood there, I was like, oh shit, I got it. I put that bitch down and once it's in my arm, you ain't gonna catch it. You ain't gonna catch it. You know what I mean? Boom. And that ended up being the game-winning touchdown that sent us to the championships, and you see the whole team is just like running towards me. Oh, Giants. But that's the irony of it. I learned that, you know, I didn't know a damn thing about football, didn't know how to play football, but I stuck with it. And when you stick with it, you get the accolades of going through the disciplines of understanding what you're doing and supporting somebody else.
Yeah.
The team really starts relying on you. You know what I mean? Because you stayed committed to it. And that's one of the greatest lessons I took from football and all stuff right here. But yeah, football was a thing. And then we transferred over, and we couldn't afford to send me to Bishop Lynch. Thank God. Because that's natural progression. You know, if you go to St. Bernard, you're supposed to go to Bishop Lynch. And we couldn't afford it, so I ended up going to BA. Greatest blessing ever.
And what's BA?
Ever. Brian Adams High School.
Yeah.
Troy, you went to BA too,
Yeah,
didn't
exact opposite of his
experience?
Yeah.
You didn't like school?
There was a time I loved school, dude. Like, I was a nerd, dude. Like,
oh, so you liked school too much, and that's why it was a bad experience?
No, I liked school up until.
Hold that thought. Just take. I need a good tile, those.
A towel?
Yeah. I destroy your hardwood
I
over
had
there.
an accident.
Yeah, but I'm old. I'm old bladder ain't one of you. Hey, man, I beat on the floor, sir, not on myself. I'm classy. We gonna get right back into what you said.
I feel like I'm over talking.
No,
it's your episode.
Exactly. That's
How could you be over talking?
You gotta understand. I feel like you'll only grab someone's attention for a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The internet has a very short
attention span.
Yeah, attention span. So like, hopefully I give you enough stuff, and maybe you guys chop it up and maybe do how you do, man. But people are just, I get it, because I'm one of those people.
Oh, you needed a little towel?
Ice and shit involved too, though. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, we got a beach style.
Yeah, when you said I made it, I had a boo-boo.
You up shopping Target?
You better ask your wife if you can use that boy. What's wrong with you?
They probably cheap towels.
Oh, okay.
She gave me
I know what y'all do with this time.
Okay.
I know what y'all do with this thing.
It's too late, nigga.
It is too late.
Mr. Nasty.
And he wiped his face with it right after.
Yeah, I was wiping my face with it before.
Hey, yo.
Bro.
Cut that out,
bro. Oh, man. We ain't gonna talk about
that.
We're not gonna talk about
shit, boy. We still recording, so I can use all that bullshit. Yeah.
So BA was was not where I wanted to go, man. So I was on the honors track for a long time, up until I went to Longfellow 7th grade. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow is like a academic middle school. I had a bad experience with the teacher, right? She tried to steal my voice. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a participating student. So when you hear Jay, this is why Jay is up there for me. Like so much of his story I can relate to, right? When he said, I felt so inspired by what my teacher said, you know what I'm saying? Either I'm gonna be dead or be a reefer head. I'm not sure if that's how you're supposed to speak to kids, especially when the only thing I ever did was speak in class, and so that was me. Like I used to speak in class, and I had a teacher that just, every time
wow, that's fucked up.
They exist.
Word?
They have to.
Man, and you said this was 7th grade?
Yes.
That's fucked up, bro.
So I came and I had a conversation with my mom about it, and now I was in a single parent home. And so she had to wear both, hats. And she had a position. I just said, hey, I want to stay on the honors track, but I ain't going back to the school. And my mom was like, well, these are your options. You go back to this school, or you go to your home school, which is Robert T. Hill. I was like, now T. Jones, now hold on. Oh man, now hold on, Mom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, now Mama, Hill. If you send me to, okay, I'm not going back to this school. I'm not going back. So, but let's get it clear now. When I get out of this school and come home, when I go outside, like everybody that I be outside with, okay, they go to Hill.
Exactly.
Not really the best influence of people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I say, so I mean, you can send me to Hill, but don't expect the same version of me if you send me to this school.
And by the third day, you're going to have a flag in your pocket.
The bird day. But now, to be honest, I was in the academic school with flag mom. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta represent.
I came from that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as soon as you leave school, it's still around.
Exactly.
Right. But even I'm taking it into the school. Like, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I got to work what I want to work. You know what I mean? Gangbanging was just what it was in the 90s. It's just what it was. And it was crazy because even though we knew that it came from the West Coast, Midwest, you know what I'm saying? It still came down here and they shouldn't have the colors, South Central, Boys and Hood, like, okay.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you all about that.
You know what I'm saying? And so she sent me so I didn't go back to Longfellow and I went to Hill, man, and dude, my grades dropped. I was still on the honors track. But I was preoccupied. It was other stuff happening. You know, another thing was like I stayed in a neighborhood that was opposite of the colors that I appreciated.
Oh my God.
So it was, and so that's who went to school with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was like,
yeah, I do.
Damn.
Absolutely.
You know, every day it's like,
yep.
Yeah, it's a battle to get the clash.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even though I grew up, so I grew up on Ferguson, right? So I made alliances. I had people that no matter, they understood what I liked and I understood that. And so they was like, nah, bro, you good, bro.
Right.
Don't worry about nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really have a lot of dramatic, I didn't get jumped in, you know, in Hill. But either way, I went to B.A. and so after that year at Hill, now these is my friends.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm smoking in the teacher's parking lot like everybody else, you know what I'm saying, for school. So I got all pre-AP classes, AP classes, like, and I get in these hoes and I'm done.
Like, high as mother.
That'll do it.
Man, we got a similar.
You know what I mean? Like,
we have a very similar.
head down, I'm writing raps in class, like the teacher talking and shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm almost finished. Bar for bar, you know what I'm saying? We rapping at lunchtime and shit.
That's
so
crazy.
Yeah, so I wound up, man, I flunked my sophomore year, dog. Like, I flunked every AP class, every last one of them. And so my junior year, I said, you know, I had to make an executive decision, dog. I was like, you know what, fuck them AP classes. Because I need to graduate, you know what I mean? So, because I appreciated school, like I really did like school. But as I got into public school, from the academic course, I noticed that the level of teaching wasn't the same. Like,
hell no.
either you want it or you don't. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Was the difference, right? Like, and I was like, damn. So these teachers don't give a damn if I'm listening or not. Like, they don't give a damn. You know. So when I dropped out of AP classes and my junior year, like I had to catch up. You know. So I went to some school my sophomore year, going into my junior year. And I was like a straight A student. And junior and senior year, it was like, damn, these shit easy as fuck. You know what I mean?
What you mean? Yeah.
Because I had to drop in AP class. Because AP was demanding. It was a demanding curriculum.
You actually had to put in effort to pass those classes
Versus
outside, you could just show up.
You know what I'm saying?
You know.
So everything got easy when I was in the regular classes, right? Girls were easier to talk to. Like everything was easier. Like, it was just easier. I was like,
the regular class.
the regular bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Regular bitches. See a class full of
Me and Charlotte call them C students.
You call him Reggie.
It's come here, you regular bitch.
I mean,
Well, we got an episode now. Regular bitch. Oh my God.
So my first time hooping organized ball was 8th grade.
Yeah.
And that was really a big reason why I wanted to transfer again, because the Longfellow 7th grade didn't have a athletic program. So, and I could ball, you know what I'm saying?
We talking football,
Basketball. I could play any sport though, but basically, football I was the best, I was better at. But basketball was where my heart was.
Yeah.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
You the opposite of Los.
I was like a Terrell Owens type, right?
I was serious. Like Los always said football, but we see them
Oh,
cooking
for
cats
real?
on the court.
Oh, you used to love football over basketball?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was more on basketball. Oh man, it's poetry in motion. It was just the handles. To have that shot, like to be able to, hops and everything, defend. I just love basketball, right? Then it's faster paced than football.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna get him on the court then. Is what I mean.
Now he can run, but he run.
That needs to be a prerequisite for every episode.
Did you say I run?
Y'all, because I seen y'all post something about how y'all was going up on a Saturday, and I asked, hey, what's up? How can I be there? How can I get down with y'all?
Did we run though?
I mean, you said that it was gonna come, and then something happened that Saturday when y'all didn't do it.
No, because we were hooping pretty consistently every Saturday for.
Maybe that was when you know.
I fucked my knee up. That was the last time I fucking hooped.
Right, that was probably the first. I don't know.
But if you come,
it's on social media, so
y'all,
it's forever.
were you out there this morning?
Yeah, I hooped this morning. Yeah.
Come out there next Saturday.
Come
I
out.
don't run from nowhere.
Come out where?
Next Saturday, we hoop right up the street.
How far up the street?
Oh, so now it's too
That's
far
Oklahoma.
because it's always been there. That's the place where we was.
This is my first
Straight out 35.
time here. And it took me
Yeah, exactly. Oh shit, what's the time?
Yeah,
an hour 45 minutes.
Yeah, we gotta get into
But
this.
yeah, either way, yeah.
Get him because it's 2:45, right?
Okay.
Oh yeah, you gotta get it.
Yeah, he said he needs to be back by 4.
4:30.
So what you got?
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
So the next chapter that I wanted to talk about.
No. Oh, you did do 2. You gonna do 2?
I'm gonna do 2. You do 2.
I was
And
ready.
I'm definitely finna steal one of you.
I guarantee you. Yeah.
Shit, yes, sir. I want to do chapter 10.
Okay. All right.
Beating Wade, Texas.
Okay. All right. I call it Wade, Texas because are you familiar with Henry Wade? Mm-hmm. Okay. Henry Wade was one of the most ruthless Dallas DAs to ever serve. He served for 36 years, and that's where the title of the book comes from. His mantra was convict at all costs.
Yes, sir.
For 36 years, he had a 96% conviction rate. Okay? He started in 1951, retired in 1987.
Yeah.
In 1951, when he started, we weren't even civil rights owners.
Yeah.
They didn't see us as human. So the way they treated us, or the way, the majority of his 96% comes on our backs. You know what I mean? So Henry Wade had this despicable way of doing things. He's the one who got Jack Ruby to get a death sentence. Okay, let me back up a little bit. Henry Wade prosecuted Jack Ruby. Jack Ruby was a business owner, had mafia connections in Chicago, but he had a strip club down here in Dallas, and he killed Lee Harvey Oswald days after Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested for the assassination of President Kennedy.
Why you put air quotes up?
Because
never mind. Time constraint. Let me quit.
But so Lee Harvey Oswald was killed by Jack Ruby, and it's a simple murder thing. But when Henry Wade prosecuted him, Henry Wade got the jury to give this man the death sentence for the simple murder charge. And normally, anytime Henry Wade asked for it, he would get the death sentence and all stuff right here. But he's also the same Henry Wade that went to Supreme Courts and said women don't have rights. Women do not have the right to have an abortion. He lost that case, thank goodness. Somehow.
Did he?
Yeah, well, they just reversed it.
Yeah, they
just reversed it. I don't know what the hell y'all are thinking.
That don't make sense.
But they saw 50 years ago, women have the rights to choose to do with their bodies whatever they want to do with their bodies. That's common sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. So with that being said, he lost that case, and that's why he came down here and raised hell and all stuff right here. Yeah. So he has this whole system in place. Even though he retired in 1987, he had minions that came up underneath him. Everyone who's a judge, everyone who's a DA, everyone who's a prosecutor had convict at all costs mantra. And it wasn't until Craig Watkins came on the scene. When Craig Watkins came on the scene, he's the first black Dallas DA. When he came on the scene, he understood how messed up the convict at all cost system was. So this is why he came up with the Conviction Integrity Unit. He also came up with the Innocence Project. The Innocence Project started right here in Dallas by Craig Watkins.
Yes, sir.
Right? So this is the Wade, Texas that I had to go up against. This whole system that was predicated by his thoughts of if you get caught, you're going to jail. And the only thing you're negotiating is the time. That is it. And when we had, a lot of my people came off or fell off during this time, they would have bench judges or you take your case before a judge, To get it, once you're already guilty. So you want to know how much time you're gonna get? The judge would reach in his pocket, throw some coins up in the air, whatever number land on his desk, that's the number you usually get.
What?
Shit,
Wait, hold on. What'd you just say?
A judge under the system, it's common. If you in the system, you gotta go. This is what you go through, bro. This is how fucked up this justice system is, bro.
That's what made me clever. 2 rules: don't get caught, don't lose.
Hello. You wish I was like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But you know, like I said, so this is the system that I'm up against. Mm-hmm. So this is the Henry Wade system, and we ended up defeating it. And the way that we defeated it, well, I don't want to get the book away. Read the book.
Yeah, keep a synopsis of what the chapter's about. That's enough to make them want to go grab it. Yeah, absolutely.
That's tough.
That is tough.
It's a fucked up system, bro.
And shout out to Craig Watkins too, man.
Yeah, shout out to Craig Watkins.
Because the DA, his job was to lock people up. He was freeing folks.
Bro, they call him the Hugger Thug DA.
Oh yeah. They
call him the
sick
Hugger Thug
about
DA.
it.
They were Hugger Thug. That's their job. That's their job.
Question, man. I know.
Talk to me.
Just a brief segue.
Sure.
Women have the right to do what they want to do. I definitely agree with that.
Yes.
How does that fare when it comes to, how do you feel about, where does the man play a part in that when they get pregnant?
It's their body, it's their decision. What you just say, don't get caught.
Is it their decision?
Absolutely.
Because it wasn't his decision? She couldn't get pregnant without him.
Was it? Was it?
Can I answer that one?
Yeah.
I mean, give me,
I feel the same way Dave Chappelle feels about it.
Which is?
It is the woman's right to have an abortion or keep the child.
Okay.
But if you keep the child and the man doesn't want it, he should have the right to walk away
No
unscathed.
child support,
no child support, nothing.
Okay.
I like that.
That's how I feel about it.
Nothing wrong with that.
So basically, let's say she can change her mind after being pregnant. Like, let's say there was a consensus, like, I want you to have a baby. She said, okay, I want to have your baby.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then he impregnates her, and she said, I don't want to have this baby.
There's not much you can do, bro.
That one's out my.
I wouldn't challenge because, yo, man, I just feel so they're so independent. I don't like putting constrictions on anyone. Mm-hmm. So,
but wouldn't it be constricting the man?
It's not your body.
The child.
Matter of fact,
it would be different if she didn't have to carry the baby.
Like if y'all put in an incubator, or if you got a third party.
Yeah, that shit takes a toll on the women, dog.
That's a big toll.
It's a huge toll.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on nobody, bro.
It's just a really messed up.
That's an interesting question.
That's a big question. I've never heard it spent that way.
It's messed up because it's so much. In this society, it's so much put on women's rights that it seems like
men don't have it.
As black men, and I ain't gonna say don't have any, but they're very minimized. You know what I mean?
This is part of the culture that we come from. The government is designed to make sure the women can prosper without men. Our
black
women.
I was just about to say
our women.
Black.
This is why they have, Section 8. This is why they have welfare. You cannot. The man can't be there.
You can't be there.
You can't be there. Right. And this is done by design, bro.
Yeah.
This is all done by design. And then they indoctrinate this whole, independent spirit and all this stuff right here, which is absolutely sick. That's a sickness. That is a sick. There is no other culture where the women say we do not need our man, where the women do not participate in the development of their men. They grow up to develop, to understand, to marry a man, and if you love a man, that man becomes something well beyond he thought he could be. Mm-hmm. He lives for something divine because that's the love that women have they give to you.
And we live longer with a woman.
Facts.
We do.
Are we doing our part in that?
Well, exactly. That's a great question.
So, but there's a thing. That is a great question, and there's a slippery slope with that because
Always.
it's always only when they're dealing with us, though. And this is what's frustrating, right? Because I think a big part of the discord in our culture is that the men don't have purpose, and so if the woman is supposed to fall in love with a man that is in love with his purpose, why would a black woman love a black man if the black man
has no purpose?
Well,
how can you have a purpose? Don't see that's
whoa.
That's the thing right there.
How can you
have a purpose?
What do you mean?
It's not. Michael Jordan was not sent on this planet to play basketball.
Facts.
And see, that's exactly how people think of
That's
Michael
tough.
Jordan. No, it's not. It's real simple.
I would have to. I talked to Michael Jordan.
He wasn't sent here to play basketball,
was-
bro.
I mean-
he just Carl Lewis was sent here to run track. That's not his purpose.
Tough.
And this is why after sports people have a hard time configuring and going on with another life because they think you just have a purpose.
No, that's not what I mean.
Okay, sorry.
Not narrowing
Clever.
nobody, not boxing it in. I'm saying knowing what you're here for regardless.
Okay,
so
what are you
if
here
you're here for multiple things, then what I'm saying is that not enough of us, the men in our culture, have a focus, have a driven purpose of what they want, things that they want to accomplish in life. It's like I want to be popular.
What is that?
Be known for having money, fucking all the hoes,
Okay.
dressing nice clothes, having the flyest ride, big chains.
I
and
thought
shit.
like that when I was 12.
But no,
And-
exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot of our culture winds up growing old and never growing up.
Nice. And that's exactly what the problem is.
Yeah.
See, and so again, when we talk about this whole purpose situation, we're talking about an involvement. I just said a few minutes ago that we talk about life in chapters. We're in our last chapter right now. You have to do things in life with a passion. When you were in school, your thing was books. You wanted to be interested. Oh man, I got so disgusted, bro. The first time I ever heard of Malcolm X was when I was in college.
And that's crazy.
That's
When I was in college.
That's bananas.
And I went absolutely ape shit, bro. Matter of fact, I was on my way back, and I was on my way back to Dallas for something, and I was at the gas. Oh, the Rodney King situation that popped off, right? The Rodney King situation popped off, and that man, bro, I was so. I had a white T-shirt, and I put "fuck the police" in red letters. Put that shirt on, and went to all my classes that day.
Oh my God.
I walked through the student union because I just saw it that night. I had tears in my eyes, man. I'm watching this man get beat savagely by 4 cops, and nobody did shit. And he was like, "Yo, I saw it." And so I fucked the police while I had the tears in my eyes. And the next day I walked through, and I'm walking through the student union, and another brother stopped me. He's like, "Man," because I'm a popular football player and all stuff right here, so everybody knows who I am. And I'm like, "Man, Jay, you can't wear that shirt." I stopped dead silent, bro. I turned and looked at him. I said, "No, you can't wear this shirt. You can't wear this shirt."
Sure.
And went right on to the rest of my class and all stuff right here. So I was still upstate and I was aggravated about that. So I was going to head back to Dallas, and I was on my way heading back to Dallas. A sister saw me at the gas station getting some gas, filling up my Yugo to come back to Dallas. Yugo! And, she saw that I was upset. She read the back of my shirt. She says, what do you seem a little upset, and you're gonna go to a place to where you may not come back from. And this young lady named was Kim, and she happened to be the president of the Black Historical Debate Teams. And she says, I don't know where you're going, but when you come back, come see me. And when I came back and I saw her, and she took me to the library, and she started pulling out all these books. And she's like, "Read this book. Do you know what this is?" And she put Malcolm X in front of me. I'm like, "What's Malcolm X?" And then I read up about it, and I'm like, "Holy shit." And he died before my time. I was like, "How come I didn't hear about this?" And she slid Marcus Garvey in. Then she slid Daddy Shabazz. And all these other leaders that I had no idea existed until I was in college.
That's crazy. So, and I wanted to shout out to Charles Rice Learning Center and the schools in South Dallas, Lincoln Tigers and Lincoln High School, because I grew up when I was born, we stayed in South Dallas. So Charles Rice was the first elementary school I went to. That was a black-owned and black-ran elementary school with all black teachers, all black.
That's beautiful, bro.
And so we were growing up really learning about ourselves.
Yes.
And then when we moved to the Grove, and I went to Tyson, I moved to Ferguson, I got
Now they don't care.
further. I got the notice. You know what I'm saying? Okay, they not learning, they not teaching us. But and that's what I'm telling you about how they tried to take my voice away, because I came here from somewhere else that I knew stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so these white teachers, they didn't like the fact that I was heavily opinionated because on some of the stuff that they trying to convince me that I should believe, and that the truth is when they talk about history and they got me in these books.
You have knowledge of self. That is absolutely beautiful,
right?
Bro.
Yeah, man.
See, and that's what gives a man purpose. That's what gives you gravity. So if you're passionate, if you know who you are, if you have weight in who you are, you know you're not a string flower. You're not conducive to the winds. You're not floating like Forrest Gump on that feather or whatever. You have gravity to yourself, so nobody can really point you in a direction other than where you want to go.
Exactly.
So with that being said, when you're in school and you're studying your books, the way women work is because they are genuinely attracted to someone who has drive.
That's what I'm saying.
So with your book, your study for knowledge, that was your first drive. But so you don't just read one book and stop reading because you finished the book, right?
Right. No.
You read another book,
right?
And then something in that book may inspire you to maybe I want to learn more about the religion of Shabazz. You know what I mean? That's you're taking steps. You're still walking. You're still walking. I saw a great quote today that says, you know, you can't see your future. You're too ambitious. You have a lot of straight thoughts and all this stuff right here. It was a bear and a mouse that was walking through the woods. The mouse couldn't see anything. And the mouse was blinded because the ambition is just too far. I can't see past those woods. I don't know what the hell my purpose is and all stuff right here. Bear looks at the mouse. Well, can you see the next step? The mouse says, yeah. That's all you got to do. And that's really what the purpose of life is. That's the only thing you can do in life. You may have a goal to go such and such so-and-so, but before you can take that goal, you got to graduate. You knew you had to graduate high school. What did you do? You dropped your AP courses. You graduated high school. Okay, so now you had a plan. You had gravity. That was your purpose. Women are attracted to that. They look at this black man studying right here. You know what I mean? You're attracted to women, and that's what attracts women. When men have a purpose, that's when you're attracted to the women. So your purpose is a goal, and so it's an ever-changing purpose. So to say that a man doesn't have purpose just means that the man is not sure about who he is and where he wants to go. Yes. That's on him to find out. That's not for any other woman. That's not for religion. That's not for God. But it has to come from the man genuinely.
It does, and that's why. And until it happens, our culture is going to stay separated between men and women because every woman is attracted to any driven man.
Yeah,
any woman. I don't care what culture she is.
Yeah,
if a man got purpose and he ain't paying her no attention, she like him.
Absolutely.
But I think it comes full circle, both what you guys are talking about. Women, they're helping women not want to be around black men, and purpose or purposeless men. It's, you know what I'm saying, the family aspect gives us purpose, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying, 2-parent households, children are more calm, more focused, more driven. You know what I'm saying?
Can I talk about you? Can I talk about you?
Yeah.
Because when we first met, when we first brought on, he came over to the Arcane Mansion and all stuff right here, genuine dude, so, you know, we hit off naturally, and it is what it is. But a lot of times when you would come to the shows, you know, you were all about chasing these women and all the stuff right here, and you had low self-esteem about women, right? And you would go from woman to woman, you collect advice, and I get it, and I understand it, it is what it is. It's not a problem. But what you did from that time to where I'm at right now, I'm looking at you, I'm sitting, you're in this house, you're married to a beautiful woman, you got great kids, you got your dogs over there.
The fat dogs. FAD.
Bro, your whole life has been on that next step.
Yes.
It's been on that next step. Regardless of not seeing the full picture. You just keep taking that next step. And that's exactly what the man has to do. So, like I say, I'm giving you the kudos, I'm giving you your props because it's a beautiful story. I can watch your story and talk to you about it all day long. But that's exactly the answer, hopefully to answer your question or to see you a little bit more light. The purpose of the man is to have the next step seen. You have to take that next step. I think we all do it. We just don't give ourselves enough credit for doing some of the things that we do. Look at this shit, man. Look at this.
Yeah.
Are you serious? You gave one of our Dallas artists motivation to draw these things. Are you serious, bro? This is you. This is purpose. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. And the purpose changes. The purpose evolves. The more steps you take, the further away from what you were you become. But you still have who you are with you. Yeah. So it maturates. It grows, and that's the beauty part of life.
But imagine it's the same deal, different perspective. That same thing we're talking about when the government systematically putting us in a position to fail. That means your whole childhood, your whole adolescence, your core memories, your foundation is built on survival.
Absolutely.
And that's living. And that's what happens,
you alive, but you ain't living.
Yes, you get caught up in surviving and not living.
And you get to this point that you find that you made it out. But you don't know what's next. There's a reason the mouse had to tell the bear.
Bear told
the mouse that, can you see it? Because he wasn't aware. All he knew was what he knew.
Exactly.
So without mentors, without guidance, without someone to say, hey bro, this is your next step, this is all you got. Everything you got to get figured out on your own is not the way it's designed to be. It's part of the plan though. If the plan is to keep you here, it's to keep as many roadblocks. And if you're fortunate enough, strong-willed enough, driven enough,
absolutely,
to get out of that thing, but you gotta have a lot of strong qualities to even succeed. Coming from where
you gotta appreciate yourself.
That's not the norm though.
Yeah.
The human psyche isn't meant to keep thinking success and greatness when you come from nothing. It's just meant to like, can I just make it another day?
You're gonna love my bill.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you better have.
You're gonna love me.
You better have. I need hard copy and audio. I need all that. I'm not being serious. But yeah, when you, I guess I'm saying it's difficult sometimes to know what that next step is without guidance. You just figure it out on your own, and it's mostly trial and error.
But I gotta
give me
those are the most important lessons.
Absolutely, you got great examples because you have so many of us that are stuck in that same spot. Bro, you can see it online all day. Bro, there are people that I know that are living in the same situation before I went to Georgia over 25 years ago. They are living in the same situation. But they have, visions of grandeur and it is what it is, and they think they're doing things that they think they're not. Just because you see something, you witness something, does not mean you're experiencing something.
Right on.
All you can do is just give tribute to it. But you have to go through it, and that's how you take the next step. You gotta go through. You gotta go through the burn, bro. You gotta go through the crush. You gotta go through the hurt. That builds your stamina. That builds your backbone. That makes you fearless. That makes you the definition of a man.
It's the way he said that. He said going to it could never amount to going through it.
Nah, man, because it's way more cows than bulls. And I give you the scenario, the cow and the bull thunderstorm, right?
Okay.
In the thunderstorm, they both graze in the passage, thunderstorm coming up. And when the thunderstorm is coming toward them, the bull sees the thunderstorm, he runs right toward that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because he knows that as soon as I can get through it, then it's behind me.
Yeah.
The cow sees the thunderstorm and starts running away from that motherfucker. And just prolong and the inevitable before you catch up with him, so are you the cow. You know what I mean?
Excellent.
Man, y'all boys dropping gems.
Dropping the boys, ain't big jewels.
It basically left her to raise me and my sister. She's really my first cousin. But we came up as brother and sister, so that's who we are.
Yeah.
We are brother and sister.
Always.
So she was left alone to raise us. The man that she was with is in Rikers. So she's doing the best she can to make sure that the hustle is what it is. And I'm living in this environment. So we don't have, family supervision or family backgrounds, family guidelines to come up with.
Yeah.
So I'm living life as a statistical child. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna be at Rikers if I make it that far. It's gonna happen. It just is. So she gets sick and we have to go to Queens. And when we go to Queens, this is the first time that I'm dealing with my so-called cousins from my mother's sister's side. And this is the first time I laid eyes on her. And this is the first time I laid eyes on me. And the room is about like this, about this size. And whoever the Arnetta, my aunt Arnetta, she was never there at night. So there's about 6 of them and I'm the youngest. Me and my sister over there, right? So when Arnetta leaves, it becomes, fight for your life type situation. They move the furniture out. It's a square furniture. Now, like I said, I'm about 7 back then, so I'm the youngest in that clique. Not knowing anybody. They say, okay, well, you want to sleep? Because they say it's a small ass apartment. It's ghetto and all this right here, but the best place to sleep is next to the kitchen. It's a little spot next to the kitchen. You want that spot to sleep in, you're going to have to fight for it. So they push me in the middle. I'm 7, I'm the youngest, I'm the oldest of all these guys. And I think the oldest is probably about 15.
Shit.
And the oldest swung full fist. BAM! Knocked my black ass right over, one of the furniture lifts and all stuff right here. And as I'm flipping over, I cross over. It's like, okay, this shit ain't about sleeping in this motherfucker. Mm-hmm. This is about goddamn me survival, bro. This is about okay, this is where you are in the pack dominance chain. Boy, before my back foot hit, bam, I'm back up at him. Because everything, I didn't expect none of that shit, but that motherfucker hit me so hard, bro. And like, if you get your ass whooped, it gets you clarity. So I jump, I shoot right back at him, and I'm so small, you know what I mean? I'm a little guy. And he grabs me midair, flings me to the other side of the room, and I'm bang. And I try to get back up to go get him. About this time, Mona attacks his ass, my sister. She attacks his ass, and then they attack her, and then I attack. So it's like that for like, fighting goes on for like at least 2 hours. And this happens, this happens every night. Until that order of dominance is established. And when you live like that,
like a pride of lion.
You know, there's no pride in it. I would call it as Spartans we train, but there was no honor. Spartans were trained just that hard and fighting and all the stuff right here, but they would also teach you about the culture, about how it's prideful to die as a Spartan. You're from Sparta. They give you that shit. Nah, nigga, this is animalistic, bro. This is surviving and live, nigga. If I choose to let you live. So this is what this is. This is the environment I'm growing up in. There is no supervision. There is no police work. There is no nothing. They teach me how to steal. Because if you want to eat, steal it. Ain't nobody cooking you shit. Ain't no food sitting out here for you, nigga. If you want to eat, go steal it. If you want to ride, or if you want some money, you steal a bike. Take the bike to the pawn shop. If the police are coming, this is where you run. This is the alley where you go through. And while that is on display, and that's what I'm learning this summer, while we're doing all that during the day in Queens, at night, or sometime during the day, they would actually put us in pit fights and bet on us. Basically what a pit fight is that they pick, my cousin is going to fight your cousin. And here's for 50 cents, nigga. They grab me up by my collar, say, Che, nigga, you lose this fight, nigga, you lose my 50 cents, or you lose my narrow laters, nigga, I'm whooping your ass and your sister's ass. Get your ass in there, nigga. And the fights would go on. They stop elevators. They do it in the back alleys. They do it in the hallways. They would stop elevators and throw like 5 or 6 kids in there and bet on who would make it out. That's what it was, bro.
Oh my God.
So
That is tough.
by the time we make it back to the Bronx, I'm a different kid. So after all that fighting, all stuff like this, so I'm a different. I was already doing half, what I could in school just to get by. But by this time, I'm triggered, bro. I'm triggered, so I'm fighting every fucking day. Like, nigga walk by me and say, bitch. And just, bro, I feel so, I think about it now as an older adult, but there's a kid that, we was in line to go to the bathroom and all stuff right here, and I had to go. And, he's standing at the store, and all the stores are taken up. So I had to go. So I turned this motherfucker around while he's pissing, punch him in the fucking face, and go to the bathroom. I feel like an asshole now talking about it, but back then, that's what it was. That's just what it was.
Yeah, you was an asshole.
I was an asshole, bro. It was terrible. It was terrible, bro.
Savage.
Big bro.
No, but I'm this little dude. You know what I mean? So, by the time all this is going on, I'm mega at PS41, and I get expelled. I get into another fight at school or whatever. They send a note home to my T. Jones, and bro, you out. So you really have to be on some fucked up shit. Get kicked out of PS41 in the Bronx. You got to be on some fucked up shit.
Man,
and I was on some fucked up shit.
You won a trophy for worst of the worst.
I'm worst of the worst, bro.
What other chapter you was talking about?
Chapter 7, and not only because, but mainly because when we're talking about finding purpose, chapter 7 is called Facing Your Fears, and I think them two kind of go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
So I'd like you to give me something about chapter 7,
Facing
Your Fears.
Absolutely. That's a good one, yeah. Going into the fear factor, because again, I think we touched on it a little bit earlier, about how the only way that you really can progress as a man is to make sure that you're not the cow running away from the call.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You have to be the bull.
You gotta run through
You have to run through it, and you have to, and people overextend adversity like it's some bad thing. What adversity does is that it builds character.
Absolutely.
So the more adversity you go through, the more hurt you go through, the more pain that you go through, the stronger of an individual you become. But you can't become any of that if you're fearful.
Yeah.
You can't run from it.
Right.
You have to accept it. Embrace adversity, because adversity is what's going to get you to what you're going for.
Yes, sir. And I'll say, to add to that, whether you're afraid or not. Because fearful,
we human. So fear is a natural human emotion. Like, so it's not to say don't be afraid. Now your fear shouldn't control you to run away from everything.
Boom.
That's what I will say. Yeah, I got you.
That's what I'm saying. Because fear is a multi-billion year basic animalistic primal emotion.
Absolutely.
You survive by fear.
By fear.
Fight or flight. That's what you. What you're designed to do.
Yes.
Right. So don't chump it. Fear is what got me through football. You know what I mean? Because I can't run. So I'm running through dudes like at 100 miles an hour, like bam, 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 and I'm like, Jesus Christ. And it is what it is. You embrace fear. Don't run from it. It gives you a power. If you're really afraid, like there are times when I get on stage, back when I was rapping, and you should have that nerve. You have some people have nerves. Yeah, I just call it nerves. I'm really afraid.
It was anxiety for me.
Well, see?
Dead ass.
Me too, man.
But you still got on stage and did it, right?
Yeah, like I literally couldn't breathe before shows, and I'll get that first sentence out, and I'm good.
That's crazy, bro, because my thing was, and this happens a few times, man, I probably say 2 to 3 times in my whole career, Doc. Like, I would wait, I didn't have no fear of the mic or people, public speaking, I don't have no fear of that shit. Soon as I got up on stage, hands sweaty, fucking brain is, I don't know.
Blank.
Not one lyric, bro. I know, listen, I'm the guy that I would write a verse and say that bitch I write on a piece of paper, fold it, pick it up, keep it on back pocket, and say that bitch 100 times that day. Just keep on repeating. So every verse, I probably 92% of every rap I've ever wrote, I still got in there.
It's in the catalog.
By heart, bro. To get up on this stage right at the time, and I'm like, yeah, the beat right, and I'm like,
That's wild.
Yeah, dog.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I understand. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I was mid-verse one time, bro. I was on mid-verse, and I'm like, I love, in other ways, I'm blah, 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 and blah, 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 and
You just gotta start freestyling.
Yeah, man. So I learned that after the first time. The first time I went blank and it was just trashy. It was probably like the worst performance ever, bro.
I've seen that happen, bro, to people.
After that, I started to like, okay, I did it again. I was like, okay, well, I just catch in. Just start freestyling, just kind of rocking with it. Like, okay, I got this. But yeah, it still happens, man. Nerves are kicking in, man. Yes, sir.
Did you stop performing?
Hell no.
Goddamn it.
I still won't stop before, like, even though I ain't.
Did you stop performing?
Kinda did.
Yeah.
No, but I was fully in it, but every fucking
Class,
show.
you hear this nigga?
He knows. He was next to me like, you'll be all right. So every show my chest would get tight. I couldn't breathe.
But what the fuck was you doing up on stage when we getting the voice? You just jump up there and shit like that.
That's the truth.
I wasn't rapping. I was just up there stunning. And I had on a nice shirt.
Yeah.
He said, I can be a nigga. Don't ask me to rap, though.
Because I imagine had I been in a group, it'd have been a lot easier.
It was a lot easier.
I was always by myself.
Yeah.
So, but had I had a group that I was like how y'all had DDC, I don't think I would have been as nerve or been as forgetting. Because even if I did forget, we all know each other verses.
So we bring you back in.
So boom, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't forget.
I was
I was
back in.
and I was up there, and it was like,
Y'all get right back in.
Why the hell you weren't in DDC or Arcade?
yeah, man, I didn't. So I didn't really know about RKN until I knew about RKN.
Okay.
Now with DDC, I don't know. I always looked up the Class and Tay when they was back when they was it was Texas G Zoo niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like ask yourself, who brings you through? It's got to be the Zoo. See, that's the old school. No, I can take it back there. You know what I'm saying? But I always admired Class, Tay, and it was another Tyrone who used to rap too, man. I admired them guys. And they were busy in it before DDC, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it was hard to kind of catch up with them. I think the first time Tay ever heard me rap, and I still remember the rap I said to the guys. But I was like 13, right?
Oh, damn.
So, for me to be rapping, period, was something. Mm-hmm. But then to rap how I rap was like, yo, they was like, bro.
Yeah,
man.
You're the nigga.
Oh, dirty bastard,
yeah,
dog.
so
No father to your style.
Man, I wish, and that's how I've always been, because I'm a mutt to music, right? Like I like all genres of music, bro. Like I can sit in
Except Biggie.
Stop.
genre.
Biggie is a genre.
Biggie is a genre. sir. How dare you?
It's just hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's hip hop. It's rap. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I could drive long distance, and I'd rather listen to classical or jazz. Like don't put.
I'm an R&B guy.
I don't like words if I'm. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of time, because words kind of cloud and taint the instrumentals, and it's like, man, I like the music, and sometimes words trash some shit out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Most times they do.
A lot of times, dog. So even though I was, my gift was rapping and like rhyming, putting poetry, whatever you want to call it. Like I prefer to listen to music that has no vocals. Like, you know, I don't need to hear nobody trash this out. Like if I hear the Roots, You Got Me.
If you were worried.
I love the hook and the verse. I love Black Thought on that hook, but you can just play that beat for me, dog.
Yeah, that bitch is smooth.
You can just play that music, dog. You know what I'm saying? Lauryn Hill doo-wop, that thing.
Now the lyrics on that.
I love the lyrics. I'm saying they are, bro. But if you just play them, I can just listen to the music too, man, by itself. So yeah, I just something about instruments, man. So I didn't know growing up. Like so, my on my dad's side, my grandfather's first cousin is Hot Lips Page. He was like in the beginning of jazz, bebop.
Wow.
Okay. Hot Lips Page. You look him up, man. So.
That's what's up.
My granddad.
Them jazz names was cold as hell.
Yeah.
Hot Lips. Yeah. Did he play the trumpet?
Yeah, he did.
Go
saxophone, but it was a short one, not the. Yeah. So I my granddad loved jazz, but modern, not the contemporary jazz, not the Kenny G shit, not so.
Right. I got
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he wanted the Coltrane, he wanted the Miles Davis, he wanted those type of guys, right? And so I grew up with an ear for that because he come pick me up, and he'll have it on. I'm like, damn. And so as I got older, it was just in me to love. Every time I heard jazz, it was like, I like this is me.
That's what's up.
Something about this is.
You play an instrument?
That's your instrument. You should do a project based off jazz, a rap.
Yeah, I think that's why I appreciate this guy. The way he fused, like To Pimp a Butterfly to me is a beautiful project,
It's a great album.
Oh,
it has no replay value for me.
Not for me, because you ain't got to lie to kick it, my nigga.
Yeah,
you ain't got to lie. Man, he got some joints.
He do.
He be saying so much, bro.
But
it really was.
I like trapping when I'm on the road. That's.
I got that R&B because it's karaoke when I'm on the road. Talk about I am Maxwell, I am Luther Vandross. In the car.
That's right, though. So even when I listen to R&B, bro, I really take to the women R&B. Like I'm a Anita Baker, Jill Scott. Like I like guys rap. I mean R&B too. Like Maxwell's cool. You know Kenny, Brian McKnight. You know I'm cool with them.
Rob Luther.
Robert Kelly.
Luther is different.
I know
Luther is there with Michael and Prince. Like I don't really stop. What?
Well, he can out-sing either of those people.
Stop what?
What's wrong with
Why are you saying stop?
I'm saying you put him in the.
He's not there with Michael and Prince.
I didn't mind.
I think they're in different categories.
They in different categories.
But I look at them as deities. You know what I'm saying? Luther has a great voice.
Oh my God, I won't disagree with that.
So that alone puts him in that stratosphere to me.
But a lot of his songs
were covers.
Yeah, so then that takes you out of that. Because Prince, you can't say, don't even mention Prince. Like, don't even do that, fam. But Prince was a special fucking being.
He played 27 different instruments. Untrained.
He was. You can't loosely be putting people in category.
I'm not loosely doing it. I saw Luther sing a song. Whitney Houston's aunt. What's her name?
Dionne
Warwick. He remade like 3 of her songs.
I saw him sing her song while she was in the crowd.
Yeah.
She fucking lost.
House of I already know what you're talking about.
Like that nigga voice, though.
Special.
It's just
and the nigga didn't even change nothing about the song. Only difference was his voice. And they took it from here.
Yes.
And then he had the Like that's just my opinion because I don't think Michael is on Prince level simply because Prince was a fucking band.
A musician.
Yeah, he was a band.
He was music. He wasn't a musician.
Yes.
He was music.
Like when I hear people saying who are the greatest guitarists, I hear Prince. The shit blows my mind. You know what I'm saying? So, and Michael was different because all of the Michael Jackson. He's a icon above all icons. Michael couldn't sit front row next to Jack at a Lakers game. You know what I'm saying? Because people wouldn't leave him a fucking alone.
I remember.
Yeah, so that's why Michael's there. Prince is there because of his skill set.
Okay.
And Luther is there because of that angelic voice.
Okay. That's a good explanation.
It is.
I think
disagree, but I get where you're coming from.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? But look, dog. You got an hour, my nigga, so we gonna wrap this up, boy. Y'all got...
kick him out like you do.
No, the show ain't over yet, my nigga.
Oh, alright.
Y'all got anything else y'all want to get off?
And I mean, social media, business, promotion.
Upcoming projects.
Just anything y'all want to...
okay, well, I'm here for the book.
Oh,
hey.
Yeah, the book gonna be plastered in.
Oh,
yeah.
It's okay to use the cover as part of the...
Yeah, well, it's not gonna come out.
Yeah, we got that. But when it releases,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
That's right. We're gonna do it in. Yeah. Yep.
I already told them that already. We're good there.
We're good.
For sure.
I got a couple things working out.
Oh, what you got?
Talk
I
about
got some music I've been doing.
Absolutely.
Man.
Let's hear it.
I got some music I've been doing, man. I ain't projections. It's just a couple EPs. I told you, I don't think that this society, being that the attention span is so short, I'm really focused on, like, I ain't putting out big 10, 12
Just
songs, 15 songs.
Right.
Yeah, EPs.
That's smart, dog.
Also, work the pod, Dirty Diapers, man. Dirty Diapers podcast, so that'll be coming soon. We'll drop that, man. And
Okay.
that, man. So,
Truck mentioned that. He mentioned it on the pod. We had him. So what y'all gonna be talking about? Or is he part of that?
that's
Or?
full of shit. Yeah, you know, Dirty Diapers, man. It's full of shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, we're gonna be going from we range. You already know a bit about my perspective on things. So I got a perspective, and my other two, Cat Truck, and then my other partner, we all got different viewpoints and different personalities, and we're gonna bring it together to talk about whatever the current events are versus whatever topics we choose or things that I feel like, that need to be touched on. So I'm one of those, passionate people, right? Mm-hmm. They kind of more jokesters, but we all can fit. You know what I'm saying? Because they can be serious just like I can joke. You know what I mean? So we gonna all just merge it together. It's gonna be full of shit.
That's what's up.
Hey,
that's what's up, bro.
Oh, and just FYI, It Ain't Safe still one of my favorites.
I sure appreciate
that. Like, you should be getting a check just off my stream.
Be my ass cap. I'm checking you motherfuckers too, because he just saying it too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But I think I'm actually excited about this stuff I got coming up, the other music that I've been creating, man. It's crazy that I still feel like just doing it. It ain't even like I do it for the money or trying to chase a bag, bro. It's just rapping is in me to do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's how you get the best art. At that
music.
point, it's art.
Yeah.
That's the best music.
It's the best therapy too, man. Because I tell my partners all the time, say, bro, if I didn't rap, I would be doing shit. Rap prevents me from getting on people's ass.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? Because I could write it down, and if I write it down, that allows me to release it. Mm-hmm. If I don't write it down, then I'm still looking for an outlet.
Mm-hmm.
I got you,
and that outlet could be
so
that.
You're the opposite of John Moran, Dan. He got an outlet where he shouldn't be.
There's something wrong with Jay Moran, bro.
Snapchat.
How you get drafted to Memphis and just like, I'm in Memphis, I might as well just become a GD. Like, what?
Something wrong with
He really guys like that really hurt the culture to me, because kids look up to you, and you're really setting the wrong example. Like, you not the Allen Iverson, his circumstances were different.
Allen Iverson,
like he actually came from this shit, bro.
You
know what I'm saying? He made it out, dog. You digging a hole.
You trying to get in?
You got bag, and you trying to go back.
You trying to get in?
You trying to lose? You're trying to go.
He's not going back. He's trying to go.
Like,
he's fascinated,
bro. Do you know what it's like?
That's the most dangerous shit ever.
That's
fascinated, man.
By hood shit. But guess what? Them niggas in Memphis, they gonna allow him in.
Oh,
they gonna let you in.
Railroad his ass.
Yeah, they gonna squeeze and drive.
Man.
Boy, you gonna.
And I've been riding with John through all these steps to his bullshit. shit down. Just
That's
like, hey,
just
bro,
crazy,
I can't.
Dude has the skill set and ability to be the face of the NBA.
They were setting them up for it.
No. I don't think he's that good.
I think it's legal.
I think he's athletic.
He's very athletic.
Yeah.
But
Handle is a skill set.
It is.
But all you see
but
is
it's not
explosiveness
as.
on
But he's
highlights.
still not top. He's not top 3 handlers in the league.
I'd agree with that.
That's
So-
But he's
fair.
close.
So
He's
how?
close.
So how can he be faced? That's what I'm saying. Like,
But it's
he's
not
not
just
top
him.
3 efficient.
He's
not
exciting.
top, but
He's exciting to
yeah,
watch.
He is.
He's young.
That's the biggest thing he has.
He's not an ugly guy. Like, all of this comes into play as far as face of the
Yeah,
league.
it's a package.
It's a package. I mean, you
It's
know,
like putting a boy band together. It's a package. It ain't all skills.
Like Giannis
There's
is-
more to it.
Giannis the best player, but he has a clunky game. LeBron is old.
What about Joe?
He's
He
European.
mustard.
Oh,
You can't tell me that man don't rub mustard and onions on his arm for the game. How he get so open?
That's what we call that nigga. He mustard.
call him Big Mustard, yeah.
We call him Big Mustard.
That's how that
bro, you hurt my heart on that one, bro. You got me on that one, bro.
But yeah,
He just came out the
But
red.
he
He
can't be a
must.
face. Like Luka can be a face.
Yeah.
Luka is a
Okay.
face. He is a face, and he got the game to back it up. You know, so it's
But yeah, John Morant is not as efficient for me, man.
Them small
exciting to
guards
watch, bro.
ain't gonna be
But he
efficient.
just
Yeah.
can't shoot the ball that good.
I like
He's
Kyrie.
much better at three. He's progressively gotten better shooting the three.
yeah. D Rose was gonna be the face of the league
30%.
in this young.
Well, yeah, but
You know what I'm saying? And we're in a league that's predominantly 3-point shooters. Cats is going 50% from the 3-point.
Now imagine being.
And $20.
Steph Curry.
can you have $20 for gas?
No,
For what?
Just
to pay his late fee.
Oh well, shit. We got. Hey, and on that note,
yeah.
we out.
How do you close out?
You do this
What's
to
that?
the
No,
camera.
EWAF.
That is the EWAF.
Oh, that's EWAF.
Yeah,
Yes,
it right here.
Yes, sir. There you go.
Oh, okay.
It
You
right
see
here.
it?
All right, okay.
You can tuck the thumb.
Took a long time, baby, you can call it patience. They can't pay me back for all that time that I was wasting. Thought that they was loyal, found out that they was hateful. She said that she loved me, found out she wasn't faithful. Feel like the end, but baby, this is the beginning. Yeah, we still ask forgiveness, even though we been sinning. Every day I wake up, feel like I'm testing my luck. I told my mama, pray for me, earth was weird as fuck.